Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to our live Wendy Williams and Blake Lively chat. We had a question from one of our subs asking if we looked into Blake, so we thought we'd chat about her. But in the back, we've been looking at Wendy because it's scary out there. What do you think, Eric?
Oh, Wendy? Yeah, Wendy's definitely scary.
Yeah,
But
it's like it's the Wendy conversation. We'll get to Blake here in one second, but the Wendy conversation to me, y'all, is so frightening to watch someone with a disease be like taken over by somebody like we watched with Brittany. Oh, hey, everybody in chat. Happy faces. Get to Duck and Point. Ashley chat. I love it. You guys are fantastic. I just think it's sad what we saw happen to Britney Spears, and who knows. We may never know what the right decision is for the other people because we just see what we see on television about people, but on YouTube or whatever. But it is frightening to know that these like the taking over somebody's life is possible. That it's okay to be somebody's guardian or whatever.
and what is the reasoning behind that? Is she was drinking a lot? She had a nervous breakdown. I'm like, I don't
It
understand if they
from
coincide with each other.
what I'm understanding is more because she has aphasia, which can lead to dementia. So it was more her diagnoses of needing someone at some point in time, most likely to probably take care of a lot of those things that you're not able to take care of any longer. And at the same time, those diagnosis doesn't mean just like right this very moment you're not going to be able to take care of things, like so it's kind of up to her physicians if she's able to take care of herself. But we had a physician within our group who or a woman within our group who knows about aphasia and those things like that and dementia, and she said that she doesn't see those when she sees Wendy Williams. She doesn't. Yeah, they released a slanderous documentary. Ashley says made her seem totally mentally ill. Yes, and she's got Graves' disease. I don't know if
Graves'
it's called
disease.
Grave disease or Graves, and it makes your eyes kind of pop out, and it gives you lots of different, like a lot of neurological diseases. It gives you a lot of different, like physical, visible symptoms to other people, and it's
So
sad.
you appear a little off.
What was that?
Yeah, I said it makes you appear a little off to
Yeah,
people too, right? Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of like a lot of yeah, an autoimmune disease, says Ashley. Thank you. I was looking for the correct term. So, like, yes, she has an autoimmune disease, and a lot of autoimmune diseases do things like that, cause like weird things where maybe you and I, like maybe physically, you can tell somebody has an autoimmune immune disease, and there's something like a stumble or a
Twitch.
word search or a twitch or thing, just little things that happen when people have diseases like that. So it's kind of it's always a sliding scale, like there's always such a wide possibility of any end of the things happening. Hey there, Cat Case, here with us too.
So my
Yeah,
understanding is she's living in like technically it's like an old age home or something.
she's living in a guardianship. It sounded like she was in her own apartment. Let's see. Get to Ducking Point says, I watched a documentary this morning on Brooke Astor, one of richest New York City ambassadors, and abuse. Oh, wait. Abuse she suffered under her son's guardianship. More independent oversight of guardianships is needed. Yeah, exactly. That's what kind of I was thinking about too. Yeah, the did you see that documentary, Eric? I didn't get his check.
I
I'll check
I
look for
seen
that one.
one where I seen one where she was she said it was like an old age home she was in, and it was like
Okay.
the guardianship, and it was like but she was not as old as the people there, and she basically isn't allowed to do anything. Like her door's locked and no
Yeah, it's
money.
not. Yeah, did you watch her Don Lemon interview? I think you're the
No, I
one who
didn't
made.
see that one.
Okay. She Don Lemon was said that she explained to him that she had a phone where like she could call him and but he couldn't call her. It could have been the opposite. I only got to see the first 20 minutes of that. So she it sounded like that's part of the conservatorship. Probably what happened. I can only really relate to the Britney Spears thing because it was such a big deal. The Free Britney movement was kind of a big deal on the internet. I'm seeing what I'm seeing is I saw videos today that look like they're from Wendy Williams' family members, possibly setting up a GoFundMe trying to get her released from this. Also,
Yes, and she could call out, but they can't call her.
yeah.
That's what Ashley suggests.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ashley. It was that's so. She went through an extremely difficult divorce that had her drinking and recovering from drug abuse. She was highly vulnerable when she was implemented. Yeah. Yeah.
So she kind of got caught
Oh,
in a perfect storm.
yeah. It was the perfect storm. It's unfortunate, and that, yeah, that's kind of the that's a really horrible thing with that sort of disease. And if she's like divorced, dealing with the drug abuse and the alcohol addiction. I did watch some of her um, a while ago when she started the divorce thing, I think, when her show was still on. And you could see it, but I could never tell when she was on if it was the Graves or if it was like medication for Graves or if she'd been drinking. You know, it was just so hard to tell with those kinds of conditions. To be
The
honest, you
last
cannot.
interview I seen, she seemed perfectly normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing when our friend was telling us that she didn't think that she had symptoms of aphasia. I've seen that. I've seen it look totally normal. I've seen a person who completely has no idea what's going on. You know, for in a 5 minute conversation, to having a conversation with somebody as like really educated, and the two of them like having a normal conversation.
Also, Ashley says she's a cognitive ability, and she seems cognitive, and saying she
Yeah,
isn't. So that's the case in
yeah.
hand.
Yeah, it seemed like the worst part for her was the Wells Fargo was like shutting her accounts down, or she wasn't able to access her own accounts. Did you see that on Emily?
No, I did not see Emily. No.
Did you have a chance to see that, Ashley? Or I don't know what medication she's on. Get to Ducking Point. That is probably something we don't know unless she tells us. And I don't. When I watched the informations, Don Lemon asked something about the medication. I think it was the Don Lemon interview, and it was basically this is a conservatorship, and also for her own protection, they don't share that information. Plus, it's a health,
HIPAA,
HIPAA.
HIPAA laws.
Yeah, yeah, you can't really. Even if we knew it, we probably shouldn't share it technically, anyways. But she is cognitive. She seemed when I, but I also what I heard in the Don Lemon interview was I definitely heard her repeat herself a couple times on things that seemed like one could be just Wendy because that's kind of the way she talks sometimes to make points. And one could have been a cognitive issue, but I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't be
Well,
trying to
Ashley
diagnose.
says there's three R's in cognitive: reason, remember, and respond, and she has all of them.
Okay. See? And those are the three important things to have if you're not going to have to get taken over. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The three R's
The
for
person with no
cognition.
voice got the biggest voice.
As she's sitting tonight out, her voice isn't that fantastic right now. So we're allowing her not to get up here to chat with us. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so when you're that's what you need to have when you're accessing cognition. Are there other little things point of that you see of like I know without I know there were other points that our other friend had made. I believe Bell had made a comment about not seeing any issues. So there's probably other things just than the 3 R's, right? There's probably more to that. They're markers. They don't seem to be assessing her anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it seems off a little bit. I did see, let's see here if I can pull up this video. I did see oh,
She does seem to
missing.
have people supporting her now. It looks like they're trying to make a move for her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I meant. Like I noticed that I found this video and it looks like I think it's one of our family members. Let me see if I can find it for us. It was like it looks like they're starting a free Wendy Williams. I found a video from a Patty Jackson for Free Wendy Williams, part one, and then, or if that's at Karen Huger's wig, and then one at Patty Jackson, the real reason why Wendy Williams' family is starting a GoFundMe. So it looks like her family is actually trying to get her out of it. That's the scary part to me. That's frightening. Ooh. When you can't tell, when like somebody else can take over your, and they're not even like your child or your mother or whatever. It's not a therapeutic environment at all. That is very sad. Looks like there should be investigation into conservatorship, financial fraud, and irregularities. Conservatorships don't done through courts. Couldn't court order review. Could court order in-depth guardians? Yeah, I think they could order guardians that aren't good, or if you mean could they? I think you mean inept. Oh yeah, Ashley says looking at Bam. Have you looked at that, Eric?
Looking to what?
Bam Margera.
Oh, but the jackass guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess there's a documentary about him
Oh,
too.
I vaguely remember that. I think
Yeah.
that. I
Well,
think
I
Ashley
mean,
might have told me about that in the past.
I just know that he had a little bit. He got a little wild, and I don't know.
Well,
I
that's where they
didn't pay much.
shuffle you from like rehab to rehab or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of that before. Yeah. That's what that is? That's the actual term of it. There's probably like a California shuffle and other states shuffle too, right? That probably happens all over the place in areas with wealth. Yeah, he was just simply in recovery and struggling. Oh, where did Eric go? Oh, I lost Eric for a second here. We're gonna go. I wanted to see. Let's see if I can share that video while we wait for him to get back here. Are you there? Are you back, Eric?
Hello, hello, hello.
You're back. Oh. Well, the mic doesn't work. Let's get the video started and you can get mic figured out.
I knew 10 years ago. There was no difference. She was lucid.
Oops. Well, that wasn't the video I meant to share. Sorry, I started pulling it there. Is your mic better now, Eric? Ooh, no, it's not better. Let's fix it. Yeah, Ashley, I agree. I was impressed with the TMZ take also. Nope, still not working, Eric. I'll pull it back up, Ashley. Eric is being beamed up by drones, Eric. I can't. It is funny. I did want to watch that video. I'll pull it back up because I'm super impressed. Quincy's sleeping, thankfully. Nope. I'm muting you for a second. How's that now? Let's try this again. Weird. I can't tell what's wrong with the video here. Nope. Well, that didn't work, right? Now I'm just sharing all kinds of stuff on the stage. I don't know why it's not sharing the back to the video. When I go back to the video, it's going back to share me a like a condensed video version. It won't let me hit play. We'll figure it out eventually, you guys. Baby steps here. Eric, how about now? Nope. Yes, Quincy's he's beaming Eric up as we speak. I hear it in the distance. Just me now, guys. How boring. I think it's funny because the YouTube things are not really that. It's not really that complicated. It shouldn't really be that difficult for me to bring things up. But just as easy as it is to get kicked out of StreamYard, it's as easy to get kicked out of YouTube, I guess. Let's find that video again. Here we go. Are you working better, Eric? What do you think? Yeah, I don't know where they get any evidence at.
Hello, is it good?
No, it's still not good.
All right.
I see Get to Ducking says even if someone went to 2 courts to challenge his conservatorship, how could they get any evidence that when Wendy's not available? Yeah, it's really that you see is like that's what I mean about how frightening that is. I don't know. I honestly am not really sure. You just have to have people around you that are trustworthy, I guess. I don't really know. It seems like people get really easily taken advantage of in those situations.
Good?
A little bit better, but still not great.
You got now?
No, still fuzzy. I will. Here we go. I got back. I found the Harvey Levin video. I'll get it back here. Here we go. Oops. Did not work.
That I knew 10 years ago. There was no difference. She was lucid. She was articulate. She was with it. And she was opinionated. I'm not going to get into the specifics because it was an off the record conversation. But she wants me to give my evaluation of what I heard. Charlemagne the God was on the phone call as well. And my impressions were precisely what Charlemagne has already said, that Wendy Williams seemed like she could have done her radio show today. There was no lapse in her judgment. There was no hesitation in what she was saying. And I'm not a doctor, but I am alarmed that Wendy Williams has had her freedom taken away from her. And I don't understand exactly why. Um, Wendy doesn't have access to a cell phone in the sense that people cannot call her. If a call is made, it has to be from her out. She doesn't have a laptop. She can't come and go, according to her. And that makes sense because we really haven't seen her out with the exception of her son's graduation. And I have a strong opinion about what may have happened here because Wendy has struggled over the years with some substance abuse, and especially after her divorce. And it's pretty clear from the recent documentary where you see a vodka bottle next to her that Wendy was off the wagon. And Wendy is a substance abuser, but she was clearly clean. When I spoke with her, I know Charlemagne has talked to her numerous times, or at least several times in the past, and he had the same impression. And aside from the various pills that they are giving her there, um, whatever it is, she seems fine. And when the people in this guardianship she's under say that she is permanently disabled and essentially non-functional, I heard the opposite. I heard somebody who seemed with it, competent. It wasn't even close to the line. It wasn't even close to the line.
See, that's what we were talking about, right? Like that's a good friend who's telling us that he doesn't see it either. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, her friends can't see it, but somebody's
Yeah,
keeping her there. Can you hear me good
yeah,
now?
yeah, much
Okay.
better. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, see, or someone had wanted to make it look like she wasn't doing great either. See, I agree with that. Get you Duffin point because I don't want to. I don't want to ever smear Wendy Williams. I think she was. I like her a lot. I like her personality. I liked her show. I think she's a nice lady. I don't. I think that she was built her own career and did all these great things for herself. So I never want to. I personally never want to speak poorly about her. But I definitely feel so bad because I agree with you there, and it's really easy to do that. We saw that with when people were around. Um, Other people we've seen who've had drinking problems, other people have taken advantage of them and like videotaped them or like given them alcohol. Other famous people, I mean, have totally taken advantage of other people in the past. We've seen that. Hasselhoff, like people who fell off the wagon when they didn't. They're just trying really hard, and it's it's a disease. It's it's really sad to see. But this is different because it's multiple diseases, and I can't. I just can imagine any if she's got any of the diseases they've told us she has. Any of them are going to be even worse with alcohol or drugs.
Like, I wonder, do you go to a doctor and get like checked, like to see if you're getting any better? Like, who decides if you're better or not? Like, it seems like if you're sitting there with this and being controlled like this, you're just going to be in a decline, and you're never going to get better. Like, you're going to lose your mind, or you're going to just hit a downward spiral. I don't see how if you're not being diagnosed weekly or checked weekly, like, how do you get better from this?
Oh,
Like, is there any light at the end of the tunnel? Like, who says that she could get out of this? Like, that she's mentally okay? Like, who's in control of that?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what puzzles me, and that's what I don't like about this. I don't get. That's what I don't get about this. Like, has the final say? Like, is there a doctor? Is there a lawyer? It's like, who? How do you get out of this? If you
I
are
would.
like her cognitive and she's passing the test, like, who gives you these tests? Like, how do you get out of it? That's what I wonder. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's weird. She I would assume somebody has legal, like who, like a health guardianship. Like there's two. There's like power of attorney, and then there's power of medical attorney. There's two different situations there. And if somebody is going to be your guardian, there's a good possibility that if you have been diagnosed as not I can't, I know there's a Latin term for it and I'll remember it eventually, but like if you are not able to take care of yourself, non something comes anyways, they I'm sure that the power of medical attorney person is, this just my guess is, anybody in chat maybe knows, is
Who is it?
probably,
That's what I want to know. Who it is?
yeah, well, who her power of medical attorney
Yeah,
is. Yeah, yeah, because she had to have signed a piece of paper at one point in time picking that person.
she's in a decline. Like, she's just gonna, like, basically,
Yeah,
she's gonna
happy.
ruin her mental health and everything. I mean, if someone doesn't, especially if
Oh,
you have your wits
absolutely.
together and people are controlling you, that's like the worst. That's
Yeah.
my understanding of the situation, and that's the problem, and that's why everybody wants to free it.
Oh, yeah.
But if
I think so. I think you're totally right that she couldn't get better unless she got more like actual help. You too.
like so,
How did
that's
she
what I'm
get under?
wondering.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? Like, who's the person that could get her the help? Like, it seems like no one knows, or they're not doing it.
Let's see. Let's see if this will in three more, like 2 more minutes of this video
Okay,
from Harvey.
yeah,
So let's
yeah,
see.
let
Maybe he
let
tells
it go.
us. Maybe he knows. Let's see.
There is something that needs to be addressed here. The file for this guardianship is sealed in New York. We
There we
can't
go.
see it.
There you
I
go.
know they say she has frontal temporal dementia, and she may or may not. But whatever it is, it doesn't seem it's advanced enough, at least from my ear. And I admit I am not a doctor, but I can listen to people, and especially in an hour and a half phone call, I didn't hear an iota of that, of any permanent disability or somebody who was unable to function. So it seems to me that this needs to be addressed. Why is it that Wendy is under such tight wraps in this guardianship? Why is it, even if she were disabled, that people can't call her? Why is it that she doesn't have the ability to communicate the way most people do, with emails and texts and cell phones and all? Why is it that she is in this home where there are a lot of people who are 90 years old and others, and she, was describing the house itself, and she wasn't saying it was in deplorable condition. She was saying that it is a really depressing environment,
Oh.
and she doesn't quite understand why she's there. So I think that somebody needs to come forward and explain, why is Wendy Williams in this kind of guardianship where her freedom has been taken away when she seems fine? And maybe let her out with a sober coach 24/7. And if that would solve any issue she has, at least for now, give her freedom back. And if she does indeed have this form of dementia, and it does become a permanent condition where she is profoundly disabled, then reestablish a guardianship. But I have to tell you, it wasn't even close when I heard her talk to me for an hour and a half.
Go on a show
Mm.
for the first time.
All right. So then now we know.
Yeah, that answered my question. Yeah.
Yeah, that did answer. I know. I was like, I guess we could have waited a minute and found out. That is I do. Ashley makes a great point there in chat that she's glad that TMZ's on her side. They're awful sometimes. They are awful sometimes. It's part of their jam. That's how they work. But and I'd be your sober coach, Ashley. I didn't even know that was a thing. Sober coach sounds cool. Somebody like stays with you all the time.
Yeah, to make sure you're sober. Yeah. What's his name? It was a baseball player who had Josh Hamilton.
What happened to him?
He was a drug addict, and but he was really good. He had money, but he was a total drug addict, and he was only allowed to have like $20 in his pocket at all times. He had a sober coach. Yeah, and he just had to be babysat like his whole life, his whole career. That's where it's the only time he was good. He needed someone to watch him. He couldn't control himself.
It's a disease.
But
it's
when he was allowed, when he didn't have, he was just. I mean, they controlled his money. He was totally willing. He never complained about it once. He said he wanted it.
Oh, that's
I think
good.
that's why it wasn't it was more of his agreement. He did it on his terms. Like, so it was more, they called it a sober coach. That's what just made me think of that.
Yeah, that's cool. I never heard that before, but I'm glad that it's available. And you'd think get to ducking point's not allowed to be the sober coach. Your daddy already sober to be the sober coach, get to ducking point. I know I'm like, well, I'd love to be a sober coach for Wendy, only because that'd be really cool. But I mean, I would also not personally want to be in charge of another human being. That's so much responsibility.
Kind of like a liaison.
Yeah. If they're like your trusted bestie, if this person who's your liaison, your coach.
I would think they'd have to have some kind of psychiatric, like, credibility too, like, degree.
Yeah, or like maybe you could pick what if you just pick your own person? What if a lawyer picked this person? We didn't get to that point of who picked the person who put her in the guardianship, who did whatever. Because I mean, again, it looks like her family is trying to get her out of it. So Ashley's her dog's sober coach. I'm Quincy's sober coach right now. I coaching him to sleep.
But nobody knows who exactly is in control of
her. It really doesn't sound like it. I mean, that was just that. When I looked online, I couldn't find like a name. Like who do you get in contact with? You want to contact Wendy. It was still, yep, look what happened with Matthew Perry, sober coach. Yep, major fail. And was that his enabler, get to ducking point? Was that we looked at Matthew Perry? Was that the person who ended up getting like, I know there was 3 people that were arrested.
I don't think Brooke Mueller was his sober coach.
Yeah, it wasn't her. She didn't get arrested.
Ashley says we do know.
We do know? Who is it, Ashley? We do know. You're one step ahead of us. I should have studied this more, is what she's saying. You do know. We do know. Well, where do we find out? It's like a tease in the back here, giving me comments, but no answers. Yeah, I'm glad you got some support too, get to ducking. That's interesting. I guess I'm sure I could find it on one of those other videos.
Is it Charlemagne?
One of them, yes, he was. What? One of them, yes, he was Asian living and was recently arrested with a connection. Yeah, that was what I thought. Matthew Perry's coach, and then the neighbors.
Yeah, she's sending it to Discord.
Oh, she did? All right, I'll find it here. I don't want to open it on the computer, but I can open it on the phone. There we go. Morrissey. Oh, that's that woman's name. Okay, I kept seeing her picture. Thank you, Ashley. So her photo, and then I didn't get an actual person's name. So this woman's name is Sabrina Morrissey. Was appointed by Williams legal as Williams legal guardian in 2022. a rule that granted her control over the star's finances, healthcare, and personal decisions. This legal arrangement came after a public feud between Wendy and Wells Fargo, along with her former financial advisor, Lori Schiller. All right, that's what the other documentary was about. I see. That was the other one that we were talking about that I hadn't pulled up yet. That was what it was. Now that you just said that, it's because it had that lady's look at that lady's name on it. I'll try to find it. Mm-mm. Oh, here it is. That was Emily. See, that was her quick bits today. The Emily D. Baker's web channel did Wendy Williams versus Wells Fargo. So it all came from that. That's interesting. I'd like to know more now. Now that you said that, now we're gonna do more Wendy deep dives. I'm gonna have to get a little more deep diving into Wendy. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah. I didn't see Emily. I didn't even know Emily covered that today.
Ashley said she
No,
looks like a real see you next Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't look like a friendly human. I see what you're saying.
Well, we're gonna cover see you next Tuesday in a few minutes.
Yeah, the other person that we're talking about, Emily D. Baker. She is amazing. She's great. We can put her in the chat if anybody wants to. I put her link in the chat. I could talk about how we can talk about how much we like her all day.
So Ashley says that Sabrina Marcy's hard to reach. She doesn't answer her phone, so she's
Oh, good. She's reliable, is what you're saying.
So maybe she's in cahoots with the others.
Yeah. Maybe she's in cahoots with the others. I like it. She doesn't answer her phone. Cool. That's the grass. She's very difficult to reach. That's sad because it sounded like she's in a home care facility. So that person is probably not in the care facility with her. So that leaves.
No, that definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah, that leaves like another overlying hand over overlying hand. Like there's another person who's in charge of you with another person type thing.
She's in a place where a bunch of people who can't even fend for themselves are. She's like the youngest person there, and she's like in a very place she shouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, and that, you know what? If she has dementia or aphasia, if those are her diagnoses, then there's possibilities that she sees that. And thank you, Ashley, for putting a link to Emily in chat. She's great. Yeah. Happy. We all love her. Yeah. Like if that's the issues, she could say she feels fine on the phone, on whatever. And then 10 minutes, it's not those diseases are not like a constant. It could be a totally fine moment all the way to like a moment of like completely not fine. I think that's that's why when we were talking about earlier, her being checked and all that stuff, it's got to be so difficult to get that diagnosis. And then also so difficult to find the best things for yourself. It's because it's going to be so different. I don't know what to say. Let's talk about Blake Lively. We'll get back to Wendy though. We're going to get back to Wendy because Wendy is a bigger topic and it's going to be kind of like Brittany. Like let's try. It
looks like there's a movement about hopefully starting for Wendy. There's people starting to talk about it. So hopefully.
Yeah, did you want to? I can pull up the video that I found of her of them talking about that. It wasn't very long. Let's find it here. It's about the because there's a longer video that's that I found that's Attorney Simone that says Wendy Williams conservatorship explained. But I don't want to use their. I'm not going to play their 50-minute video. But this other video I found is from a smaller creator, and it's I think this one would make sense for us to check out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, at least there's word of it now. A month or so ago, no one was talking about it. People are talking about it now, so hopefully.
Yeah, check this out. Let's check this lady out because she's the real reason the Williams family started GoFundMe for Wendy. Oops.
Hey, look at me, more football gear. Yes, I do have other clothing besides football gear, but this is that season. Hello, YouTube family. It's not cute not knowing. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Let's get the hugging.
Cute.
Happy MLK Day. I know last night I said Facebook family. See, I do a lot of videos. Auntie's out here with the girls in the talk about politics. I shy away. I'm feeling the inauguration. Ground. There weren't. If you looked, you was like, where we at? There wasn't a lot, and I wasn't expecting it to be a lot. I know I've decided I don't refer to myself as a person of color. I'm black. I'm black. President, and they booed him. Keep them coming in. Because I said the village people were fighting. So I did. I talked about that
Right.
a lot yesterday. The
Well, I don't know if that. I thought that woman was going to be talking about it, when I looked at the title. It was below a different video, and so I think that's her personal YouTube channel, and maybe not somebody at the other video above it is talking about the GoFundMe for her family. I misaligned that one with that one, so we'll get back to that. Let's talk about Blake, and then we'll get back to Wendy stuff, because like I said, I think we could do a whole show on just Wendy. Yeah.
Do a whole show on just Blake too.
Yeah, we could. We definitely could. The Blake stuff's wild. Eric, I know we got some folks here watching and in our chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys know about what's going on with Blake Lively? We have two different, looks like several cases are going on back and forth.
Do we have questions? Do we want
Yeah,
a synopsis? How do you want to do it?
Eric, you want to give a breakdown of where we're at? Let's get where she's at with her lawsuits. Do you know that part?
No way. I don't know. I don't know what anything's at with the lawsuits. I just know what the lawsuits are.
Because she filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, correct? And then he's filed a lawsuit in reverse against her.
And he filed a lawsuit against the New York Times too. Right.
Yeah, I think her career may not be going so great, Ashley. Ashley says, is she effed or is she super effed?
Well, she's saying that Ryan put a thing out there saying her career wasn't going good, and that's why she's going after him for the harassment and
what?
He's trying to ruin her career because she's filed harassment suit against him, and she supposedly said she had a list of rules in order for the show to go on, that he had to follow. He supposedly barged in her dressing room where she was breastfeeding. I mean, this is all what she says, and she has her list of what she says, and he has his list of what he says, and there's text messages that are going on. But she said it was a hostile work environment. He was always talking about sex, and he was always, just being perverted, and she didn't want.
Can you explain her main claim? Because I know I have some stuff about his lawsuit against her and Ryan. Do you know her main claim against him? To me, when I first heard it, it sounded like she was accusing him of essaying her on set. Is that right?
No, I think it was just more a hostile work environment, talking saying things about sex and the kissing scenes. She said that he was trying to make them more intimate.
Oh,
He was improvising them without her permission. And then it's supposedly they got an intimacy coordinator for those scenes. And he got that because she was saying that about the kissing scenes. And then she wanted no part of the intimacy coordinator. So then he was supposed to relay the messages from the intimacy coordinator back to her. And then it just snowballed into stuff. She started changing the script, they said, and she wanted to change the wardrobe, rewriting scenes. And then she got her husband involved because she wanted a new editor, and she was using his people, and he's basically saying she like sabotaged the whole thing. The cut of the movie that came out is her cut, not his cut, and they supposedly had an agreement over that. Um,
You see that? Yeah, I saw that part
so
of the
it's like
lawsuit.
it's a real mess. It's like back and forth. But I think she struck him with the first lawsuit, which was a hostile work environment, which she supposedly says that there was a list of demands that she had for him in order for him to stay on the show, or order her to finish shooting the show with him. And he said he was never given that. And he said they had a meeting, and it turned out that her husband wound up showing there. Ryan Reynolds started showing up to the meeting, and there was a big fight with him. And there was never anything about this list of demands she had that to make it an unhostile work environment. So basically, she came out with that lawsuit, and he whatever it was, the next day or so, came right back out with what she was doing to the show, and a bigger lawsuit, like $400 million.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess New York Times got their hands on the story, and they were just supposedly slandering his name, making false claims of everything that she said, and he's suing them for $250 million.
Good for
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
exactly, Ashley. Sexually inappropriate, exactly. That's basically the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
But there's text messages that basically invites him into the dressing room saying that she's pumping. And the
I
text
want to
message,
know.
you see it, and there was no problem with that. Now she put in her suit that he just walks in while she's breastfeeding.
Let's ask chat here. Like, is that okay in your opinion? Because
Yeah, of course.
it's your opinion, and that's okay in my opinion. If both people understand what's happening, I want to make like I assume if somebody said to me, "I'm pumping," and I know they're pregnant or just recently had a child, I know exactly what they're doing. But I mean, that's common knowledge. We think everybody chat agree, just in case. Yeah, she was trying to get ahead of it, Ashley. I think that's what she was doing too.
Oh, and there was also a scene in a movie where I guess she's having a baby, and he wanted her to
Okay.
film it naked,
Uh-huh.
and she didn't want to, and he was, I guess, adamant about that. And that's part of the sexual harassment part on the set, things like that, and the kissing scenes that he was trying to improvise.
Yeah. I think she was setting up for a future lawsuit. I agree. It seems really devious, and I do agree. There's earlier in chat, Ashley. I think that you're the one who said that. She does seem. Oh, there I already highlighted it. Never mind, I highlighted it. That she seems like Amber Heard. It's kind of sad because she kind of looks like Amber Heard a little bit. Let's see what I found a picture of her in here somewhere. Let's see where she's a beautiful woman. She's gorgeous, but I mean, I could see. I mean, I see an Amber Heard resemblance in my opinion, which is funny because, like, yeah, she's lovely. That doesn't mean that she is like Amber Heard, but it sure seems like it from reports from other people, right? She does not seem like a nice lady. We did get the C word quite a bit. It seems like it's only like how she is as a person, but the accusations back on him or from him are like really seem to his lawsuit back to her, like him having the text messages, like you said. Like,
Yeah. And I also seen that like her narrative with the movie is supposed to be about kind of like domestic violence, and she's trying to like portray like a scene with this to like help the movie out, like this whole drama that she's
oh,
doing
uh-huh.
here to help
Yeah.
the movie out. He's portraying that was part of her plan.
Oh, yeah, it is. That does sound kind of like Amber Heard, right? But yeah, that is it's it's the really hard part too is that they're actors. So it's kind of hard, like body language and all those things, to take them. Even like when we saw Amber and Johnny take the stand for their trial, didn't it seem hard to tell? It's hard to know who's being honest when they're that good of an actress or actor.
And there were also two other people in his team, like was it Nathan and Abel, who were supposedly Blake saying they're plotting to like ruin her career, and she supposedly has text messages of them saying they could smear her and ruin her career, going back and forth. And it's the chat is actually called Tag Team, and it's between Nathan Abel and uh, Baldoni,
Uh-huh.
and she supposedly has text messages about that to help her case, that it's a smear campaign because she went at Baldoni first with the sexual hostile work environment attack, and now and they basically came back at her like, we can ruin your career, like she got text messages of that, and then
Yeah, it was. I couldn't get the screenshots. I couldn't get the screenshots because I want to take them, and they were labeled with the other creator's title.
I got a bunch of screenshots in my phone, but I don't know, I can't get them here. I got a ton of screenshots.
Oh, send them to me on Discord, and I can pull them up.
Okay, I won't have to time out. I'm not, okay.
No,
All right,
no,
I got a bunch. I'll do it.
yeah, just send them to me in
Okay.
Discord, and I'll pull them up on my phone. We'll see. Because like everything I read to be from him back to her in this. It seems like a lot of stuff like
You ready?
yeah. Oh yeah, are you sending to me already?
No, I got about 20 of them.
Oh, are you just like pumping them in? All right. Try not to get kicked out by opening Discord. Let's see what happens.
All right.
I'll get like 10 echoes or something.
Give me 1 second. And make sure I'm not sending nothing inappropriate.
I won't open it I won't open it live.
No, I just mean inappropriate. For you.
Oh,
or
my.
me.
Yeah, don't accidentally send me inappropriate things.
I've been Instagramming a lot lately.
Oh. That's funny. How's your Instagram channel going, Eric?
Blowing up.
Awesome.
Like almost 2,500 views.
It was her way of making him feel awkward. I agree, Ashley, and get to Duck Point. It seems the breastfeeding thing for sure. And then you wouldn't invite him in there like your buddy. Like, come on in. I'm just gonna start pumping for my kid right now. Power game, total power game. Okay. Let's see. What are the screenshots you're gonna send me anyways? What do you got there?
They're all text messages. So.
Oh, all the text messages. Yeah, I tried to cut them from that. I was gonna cut clips, and then I thought I don't know about crime. The crime net or long crime network getting mad at me. Yeah, see, your screenshots all have it too.
Well, that's why I didn't mind it. I just wanted to.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, there were no order, but you can probably post a lot of shit out of them. But they're all so short, so it ain't like it's gonna take.
I am gonna have to cut and clip these because they still have lawn crime on them. So that's funny. Can you hear him coming? I just keep arriving. I just keep getting them. How many did you send?
It's probably like 20 at least.
Cool. Yeah.
But they're like all short, you know what I mean? They're like.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can get them in the right order.
Oh, wait, Somebody been sent duplicates. I don't know.
What do you wanna tell some jokes on here that you're like reserving for your show? You can try them out
No,
on us while I
no,
do
no,
this.
no,
No?
no. This ain't the stage for that. And I don't have
Okay.
anything. I don't have anything prepared.
Not yet. Next time I'm gonna call you out. I'll be like, tell me a
Yeah.
joke right now. Yeah, what is your Insta channel? We could type that in here too if you want to put it here in chat for people. It is in our community on our community page if you want to link to it there.
All right. What is it? Okay. I want to make sure I sent everything. All right. I think I did. I don't know.
Yeah, you sent me a bunch. I'm gonna have to go
I mean,
through.
I would just maybe read through them and find out what, like, quickly and see what you find it important. Like, you'll probably, I'm like the one with the breastfeeding where she invites him in. That's in there. Um, most of those are gonna make her look like she's full of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I picked up too. I did watch that sidebar episode where he talked about the texts.
Yeah, the TikTok ban was long.
Yeah, how long was it? Whole day?
That's 7 hours. Like,
Was
I was like, I don't know. I think me and Ashley were the only ones up for it. It was overnight.
it? Because I wasn't sure. It was from what I read. It was kind of like they were gonna do make a new website or something like that. But it seemed like what they do just shut it down and rewrite it again. Are they gonna sell it to Musk? Yeah, she is
But
really unpredictable. Agreed. Is that what's going to happen, Aaron? Are they selling it to Musk?
no, he's gonna. I think an American person has to buy it. Or something. I don't know.
All right. I thought they
I
were
know
going to.
Trump gave a thing on it today. I don't know. I didn't see. I didn't really read it. No, I know Ashley had it on her page though. Yeah, check out Ashley Chat's community page.
Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
Happy Faces. Thanks for joining us. We're not.
Well, does anybody have any other questions that we could ask me about Blake or?
You guys want to ask Eric some questions here?
Anybody anything about Blake and Baldoni? I should have the answer, or at least something intelligent to add to it.
Yeah, I know there's more on
Like
that.
by the end of this film, like she tried to take it over. Like she put her cut in it, and he wasn't even invited to the premiere. He had to go to a separate place to watch it.
Yeah, what's up with that?
She just basically cut him out, and then she went over his head. They were supposed to like have an agreement, and she just did everything on her own. And I think he's suing for that too.
That must have felt
She
gross.
fired the editor and replaced him with one of Ryan Reynolds' editors. And then she gave him an ultimatum, like that she wasn't even going to finish the movie with him if she didn't go by to let her pick the editor.
What?
Oh, and there was another point where she blamed him for fat shaming her, but he said he had a bad back and they had to do a lift scene, and he just asked her how much like her weight was to see if
Oh
it was
yeah.
okay with his doctor to lift her up, and then she turned that into him fat shaming her. And I guess Ryan
Right.
Reynolds didn't like that, and they had a big fight over that.
I saw that, and then the opposite of that is, she told him he needed to get a plastic surgery or a nose job, right? Like
Oh,
they
I didn't see
recorded
that.
that. Yeah, they recorded it. Blake told him he needed to get plastic surgery he needed to get a nose job, and that's unrecorded.
Oh, he didn't bring that part up. He didn't bring that up. But I know the fat shaming thing. He was she threatened him about that, and he supposedly like it scared him for some reason, even though he said he wasn't fat shaming her.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's really telling. Her everything she accused him of. It's very telling because he did come back. It looks like most of the things his responses are really valid, pointed back right at her. Many the sex scenes are written by simultaneous collaboration input from Lively. So the intimacy portrayed with Baldoni was written by Lively, like that part of she wrote part of that. So to say it was like too intimate or whatever.
Ryan Reynolds wrote a little part of it too.
He did what?
They said he supposedly wrote a scene or something.
Yeah.
But like I mean, like she changed the scene, but it was his writing. He's the one who wrote it. And the wardrobe she changed constantly.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like she completely took over a wardrobe. There's a little thing about that I read here that's about the description of filming the birthing scene where she was mostly nude with her legs in stirrups and
yeah, that was his choice supposedly.
Yeah, but her lawsuit reported non-consensual persons were on set and the allegations false.
Yeah, well, this is a whole he said, she said, she did this, he did this, he did this. It's going to go back and forth. That's why it should be an amazing trial, because things like that are, who's a liar? Who's got the text messages to prove it? We know how much we like text messages in trials.
Oh, that's funny. It says she gave creative input for that specific scene also and had like a full suit on to cover her. Like it says she had in that scene, she's wearing black briefs and a pregnancy suit that covers her midsection, and her top was covered by a hospital gown. Her a small piece of nude fabric glued around her genitalia that they can't see anything. It's the minimal privacy without disturbing the shot is leaving the reader to believe that she's not wearing anything. So she was covered, and she had input on that shot also.
Yeah, well, he claims she took over,
Yeah, well, she probably felt she was the star of the movie.
And she felt like with the lawsuit, once she put the lawsuit out, she felt like she could take over.
Yeah.
And that's where he was had his back against the wall, and he did the counter lawsuit.
Yeah, she hamstringed him.
Yeah.
Did
anybody see the movie?
Yeah, did anybody see this film? Which I did.
It Ends With Us, it's called.
Right. I've heard of it. I believe it's about domestic violence.
So that's what was my understanding.
It looks like that from what I've read about it. But I also, it's not my type of film, but I'm sure the acting's good. I mean,
I'm gonna watch it just because of this case. I mean, I want to see.
Right. A lot of people are. Agreed.
I want to see what a hostile work environment looks like.
I love it. My doctor fat shamed me by asking me how much I weighed. Yeah, exactly. Fat shaming. Boo. I mean, something that him asking her how much she weighs, because he has to make sure that his back is just to lift up a specific weight, and how he's going to lift with this, some people need back braces and all sorts of stuff like that. I don't think that was ridiculous to ask. It's not like, he was insinuating she was overweight by asking. I don't think that's weird. Plus, if she has a fat suit on to look pregnant, I wonder how much weight that adds if it's weightless. What do you think, Eric? Have you ever seen one of those in person?
No, I haven't.
Has anybody ever seen one of those? I wonder if they're weighted at all.
Is that like a fake belly kind of thing?
Yeah, but if she's wearing that for the movie, it might have some sort of weight to it to give the character the demeanor, to give them the.
Well, the fat shaming was about him lifting her up. because he has herniated disc supposedly, and he can't lift over a certain amount of weight or it's going to hurt his back. That's what that was all about.
Yeah, no, see, exactly, super reasonable. Like exactly, if your doctor tells you not to lift over 100 pounds and she weighs 120 pounds, don't lift her up. Sure, reasonable. I don't think it was rude, but I mean, but I do think about the modeling world and actresses. Yeah, for sure, they're all hired on only looks. It's a basic question. Agreed. Oh.
Well, yeah, definitely in the modeling world, they're always asking weight, and they are fat shamed.
Publicly mocked, harassed a woman wife. Oh, what? Catherine? The princess? She mocked.
Oh yeah, that happened a while ago. Yeah.
Why was she while she was battling cancer? That's just gross. Plus,
Well, she's got a lot of bitch videos.
Yeah, it looked like I actually found a video there on YouTube about all the people that don't like her. And, Biebs was in there. It didn't sound like she had good relationships with other people either. What was it? Zendaya? Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zendaya. And then I don't know. I think she's friends with Taylor Swift though. I don't know any of those people. That's Ashley's department. Biebs, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this is clearly developing. Look at these two. Proud of themselves, maybe. It's really this is gonna be really interesting, Casey. I think you're right. It'll be up there with Johnny and Amber. Don't you think, Eric?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Could be even better. Who knows? I mean that one was classic though.
I don't know. Get to Ducky Point. I think that's the musician Zendaya. Is it?
No, she's an actress.
Okay. She's an actress. I just know her name. I just saw the people, the Biebs, and the Zendaya, and there was just she's bestie with Taylor, and Taylor has distanced herself. Taylor says she's besties with Selena now.
Yeah, Zendaya. She's like younger generation, I think.
Zendaya is also Disney girl, is what you're saying. Not
exactly.
Okay. I was like, wait a second, not Blake Lively. Blake Lively is not a Disney person, right? That's not her. That's not where she sprouted up from.
Yeah, I don't think we're on Team Blake.
No, yeah, we're definitely okay. We're definitely not on Team Blake. Not that I have to pick a team or I'm forcing a team to be chosen, but she's not getting very good comments from her peers. So I'm gonna go with the peers in her world. I do need you for your useless. I have useless knowledge of other things, Ashley, but the Hollywood things, I rely on you. I ask you the questions. I say, if I don't know what this brand of clothing is all about, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask
pop
you
culture.
About pop culture. Exactly. Eric knows. I'm not going to ask Eric. I mean,
why? I'm down with pop culture.
not that he doesn't know the things, but sometimes,
I'm insulted.
You're not my go-to for that. Not yet, Eric. But we're working now that you're getting more into the gram. We'll see. You have more more gram behind you. You're gonna have all the knowledge. Yes. You are a resident pop culture queen.
I'm learning how to get into pop culture.
Yeah, it's fun, huh?
It really is. I didn't realize it's fun. It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Lots of work. I got bots and everything coming after me now.
Yeah. Oh, it Get to Duck get to the Taylor loves William and Catherine. See, big mistake. Is that why, Ashley? Could you answer Ducky's point here? Is it that we we have that Taylor loves the prince and princess. The bots. What bots? Aliens?
No, I got bots on my Instagram.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's
Like Mulan times 10.
yeah, for real. Well, what do you think we should come back when we have more info, or do you guys have more questions in chat there?
Or we can maybe do it something on that. Organize the text messages and go over them.
I would I'll organize them. Eric did send me like 30 screenshots here, so I have to organize them. I don't want to just start popping out, but it honestly looks like from the messages.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, it looks like from the messages that he counteracted everything she hit him with. And he has all the receipts. He's got the receipts.
That's a yes. Anybody have any questions? Well, anyway, I came into a lot of information about the girl from Patchogue, the missing girl.
Yeah. Tell us.
Like a whole big, like, I don't know, two other cases tying into it, but I'm putting it all together, and I'm going to do another little show on that. But it's got really wild. There's a bunch of stuff going on with that. Like, there's two other, a trafficking case, and another case with a cop, a teacher,
and you think it's all connected?
And a superintendent. I do, yes, but I want to, yeah, and I talked to some people I know around here, and it seems like it's all connected. Like, this girl is supposed to be a witness, a star witness in a case against two people in another case. And I I put it together, but I gotta make sure before I start. I gotta get my timeline down and put it all together. But I'll let everybody know. But it's juicy. It's gonna be good. And I'm gonna probably the next day or two I'll have it all put together.
Yeah, on our next show. We're gonna
yeah, definitely on our next show.
We'll bring that to you on our next show, right, Eric? That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Me and Ashley found some other interesting stuff today too. The more we looked into it, there's some other stuff, about the father, the mother. It's really, it's not really cut and dry. There's a lot more to know about it.
Yeah, Get to Ducking doesn't believe the official story. Yeah, exactly. It's strange Eric's looking into that because we don't either. Yeah.
But
all right. So we wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and have it by I guess so. But yeah, I'm gonna try to have that by tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, definitely the next day.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to get back to that in the next couple of days. So we'll wrap up today if we don't have any. There's more There's more questions though that we.
No, I don't think there's any ties to Rex with that one, but there's ties to other people.
Yeah, Eric, what do you think of the Biden pardons?
Well, like some of them were people that weren't even in trouble, right? Like his whole family.
Are they just like pardoned in case anything happens to them in the future?
Well, I had the whole thing. I can get into a whole thing on pardons. I don't agree with any pardons.
Ever?
No, nobody should be pardoned. Do the crime, you do the time. Like, what? I'm not getting pardoned for fucking everything I ever did.
Unless you know Trump.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not getting pardoned.
Is the only person who can pardon people the president? Like, can the mayor pardon me? Just kidding.
I don't know.
It is the president. I'm just joking.
But I think it's a slap in the judge's face too. Like a judge puts his time in and becomes someone guilty, and you come along and let him go.
It is sus, Ashley. It's sus. I didn't even see it, and it's sus. Why pardon yourself? Like, what? Did he pardon himself? What? Pardon.
That's a discussion for another day with me because I can go into that.
All right.
And I'm just saying for me. No, I'm just saying I can get into it deep.
I know, I agree, and I don't know that much about it. That's why I'm hassling you about it. I didn't watch any of this, so I'll get you more information from you in the back. In the back scenes, you'll have to tell me.
It kind of angers me.
All right, Ashley knows.
Tiger King, yeah. Might as well pardon Tiger King.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely pardon the Tiger King.
He did nothing. He didn't do anything wrong. It's that other lady. Well, thank you everybody for joining us.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for coming in, and we will chat with you guys in a couple days about what Eric's dug up about this other case in Long Island.
Sorry for my technical difficulties. I apologize.
Yeah, you fixed it. No biggie.
Yeah.
Good night. Bye, Ashley.
Good night. Thank you. Love you all. Bye bye.